Something has gone wrong with the cellular respiration in the patient's cells.
What is cellular respiration?
Seriously, Doc?
You took an entire bio course for this? Cellular respiration is a process that cells use to convert glucose into energy called ATP. Let's take a look at their mitochondria where this process takes place.
Oh, I remember cellular respiration. It takes glucose and oxygen and turns it into carbon dioxide, water, and ATP.
Let's watch this glucose go through the process and see where it went wrong in our patient.
The glucose is first supposed to go through glycolysis.
Wait. Glyco as in glucose and lysis as in split?
Yep, the glucose is broken down in this process, which happens in the cytoplasm outside of the mitochondria.
Let's take a sample.
Jack?
Mia, I swear, I'm so sorry.
I cannot believe you killed my mom. You had one job. You were the head of surgery in her surgery, and you killed her.
I didn't do it on purpose.
Yes, you did.
Her
Yes,
surgery
you did.
malfunctioned. I swear. It's not my fault. I'm sorry.
Don't touch me.
The test for the glycolysis came back negative.
Okay, time to check the Krebs cycle, which is a series of chemical reactions that are catalyzed by an enzyme.
Let's take a sample from the matrix of the mitochondria in the cell where the Krebs cycle occurs.
Okay, the cycle starts when citric acid gets oxidized. The oxygen creates CO2 and NADH. The citric acid is now a 4-carbon compound, which then creates ATP, which is used for energy.
So far, so good.
Perfect. Next, the 4-carbon compound is oxidized again to create FADH2. The FADH2 and NADH carry electrons to the electron transport chain, which is the next step in cellular respiration. And the NAD plus molecules get reduced, which means they gain electrons. Once they gain these electrons, they turn into NADH, and they drop those electrons off at the electron transport chain. After they drop them off, it becomes oxidized, and it becomes NAD plus again to go through the whole process again and again.
The compound then creates another molecule of NADH.
Perfect. The cycle is functioning as normal and is ready to go through again and again, producing many important molecules along the way.
The electron transport chain is the final stage of cellular respiration. Let's zoom in on the inner mitochondrial membrane. Interns, what do you think?
Normally, NADH and FADH2 from glycolysis in the Krebs cycle are broken down, releasing electrons and hydrogen ions. As the electron moves through the transport chain, they lose energy and combine O2 and hydrogen to form water as a waste product.
Yes, Jack.
Additionally, hydrogen
Ions.
should go through facilitated diffusion through protein ATP synthase to provide energy to make 36 to around 38 ATP molecules.
Interns, pay attention. Something here is wrong. ATP is not producing. I think it is due to the oxygen deficiency. Since oxygen is the final electron acceptor, if there is none, the chain is broken and ATP production ceases.
We must provide oxygen immediately.
Come on. Mia, do all phases of cellular respiration require oxygen?
Actually, some parts of cellular respiration are anaerobic, meaning they don't use oxygen. Let's give an example.
A patient has 30 seconds to live. Jack has to run down the hallway as fast as possible to get there in time. Instead of using oxygen, Jack's cells will use anaerobic respiration to generate energy as fast as possible. This process produces lactic acid. After running, he must pant and breathe heavily to get the lactic acid out of his system.
This patient seems to be suffering from alcohol overdose.
But how is alcohol created?
We make alcohol by a process called alcohol fermentation, also known as ethanol fermentation. First, a glucose molecule is broken down by glycolysis, creating 2 pyruvate molecules.
Recognize the name? Pyruvate is also used in the process of lactic acid. These pyruvate molecules release CO2. By NAD plus regeneration, we then create ethanol. Both ethanol and carbon dioxide are used to create many of the foods we eat today. This includes the yeast in bread, pizza, and even beer.